Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Tragic Benson. It's been a little while, but I'm coming back with another video. And today, I've been in a couple YouTube comment arguments and Twitter arguments today about about the NFL draft that's coming up in a couple weeks. And personally, I think I'm a little bit more knowledgeable than the average person. Could be totally wrong, but we'll see. But I thought that I'd go ahead and put some proof up about what I think is going to happen in this year's what I would do in the first round, and then later I'm going to do what I think will happen. And this is a no trade mock draft. I think it's kind of stupid to put trades in mock drafts because we have no idea what's going to happen when it comes to draft day. So I'm not going to put any trades in here, and I'm going to do what I think. And it starts with this first overall pick, and really, it comes down to Joe Burrow. The Bengals need a quarterback. Joe Burrow is the best quarterback on the board. I think, and a no injury Tua competes with Joe Burrow, but I still don't think no injury Joe Burrow is the first overall pick here to a quarterback needy team, even if it's the Dolphins. So I go Joe Burrow number 1. Now if we look at the Redskins, it says they need edge. I said they have a lot of good interior pass rushers. Daron Payne. I think Jonathan Allen's better interior. I think they have a couple solid ones in Sweat, edge rushers and Sweat and Kerrigan. And they could go offensive tackle. In the real draft, I think they could really take an offensive tackle here. This is kind of high, but personally I think it's either going to be Chase Young or a trade back. But since there are no trade backs, best value here, you got to pick up Chase Young if you're the Redskins. With the third overall pick, the Lions, after trading Darius Slay, they need a cornerback. They need some interior linemen, even after getting Shelton, who I'm not super high on, but I still think is a solid piece to a defensive line unit. They need edge rusher as well. I think Trey Flowers kind of flopped in his first year. I like him, but he kind of flopped after that first year. But right here, it seems a little early to pick a corner. But basically, I think it comes down to 3 players. You either get your replacement for Darius Slay and Jeff Okudah. You get the replacement for Snacks Harrison and with possibly more upside in Derek Brown, or you go for the athletic freak that can do so many things across the defense in Isaiah Simmons. And personally, I don't think Isaiah Simmons fits very well in that defense. Jared Davis might not be very good, but they drafted Tavai with an early round pick last year. And I think they personally, after losing Darius Slay, Trufant's solid. Oruwari is also solid, but I think Okudah needs to be the pick here in a no-trade draft. But I think they could trade down. With the 4th pick, the New York Giants, looking at offensive tackle, linebacker, edge. They basically have sold or no other tackles. Linebacker, I think they did pick up like Martinez, but they still need at least another one. Edge rusher, they have Golden, but he's not really that good. But so this team has a lot of holes on it. And wow, I think a lot of people are screaming, get Isaiah Simmons. They just invested a really high pick in Daniel Jones last year. Even though I don't think it was the right decision, they need to protect that guy. They have a couple targets for him. Darius Slayton's good. Golden Tate's solid. Sterling Shepard is solid. Evan Ingram is good. But none of that's going to... And Saquon Barkley is good as top of that. I can't believe I forgot about him for a second. But none of that's going to work with the crappy O-line. They have a couple good guys. They have Zeitler in the interior. That's okay. You're hoping Solder can hold out. So you need a top-tier tackle, in my opinion. I think you cannot take Simmons if you want this offense to be good. So I think you're looking at a couple players here. Wirfs, Becton, or Jedrick Wills. I think this rankings is not quite correct. Personally, I think the best offensive tackle is Jedrick Wills. He fits at right tackle. If you're hoping Nate Solder can still be the left tackle for you for the next few years, you take the best one available. You pick up Jedrick Wills at number 4 overall. Now you have the Dolphins on the board. This is my team, so I feel like I know more than most about what the Dolphins should do and how this would help their team the most. And I think there's a couple spots they can go with this. I think they could go Tua, they could go Herbert, they could go one of the top offensive tackles, or what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Isaiah Simmons. I'll tell you what I don't like about the quarterback. Personally, I don't think he's the can't miss prospect that some people hype him up to be. But for the injuries, and the injuries scare me, especially with the lack of an O-line we have. I don't want to put him behind an O-line, even if he has to wait a year or so. I don't want to have to do that to him. I don't think the investment this year is good. Justin Herbert seems like a mix between Mitchell Trubisky and Ryan Tannehill, which I don't want to have to do again as a Dolphins fan. And personally, I think this is a deep tackle class. I think you can get guys that are still really solid here later in the first, and we have like 5 picks in the 6 picks in the top 70. I don't know, somewhere else. We have a lot of picks in the first 3 rounds. I think we have 6 picks in the first 70. So we have a lot of picks we can put into offensive line. But with this pick, I'm going to go with Isaiah Simmons, which I think he can just fit in Brian Flores' system. He can play anywhere. He can be the upgrade on Minkah Fitzpatrick and really be the best defensive player on the field at all times. At number 6, the Chargers need a quarterback. They need tackles for sure. Even after getting Bulaga and what's his name? The Panthers interior guard, Trey Turner, they still need O-line. I think they could still add a corner. But I think here, Tua falls into their laps here. I think they're okay with taking the risk. I think he's better than Tyrod Taylor and jumps right in. If he can start day one after all this coronavirus stuff blows over, I think he's an upgrade over Tyrod Taylor and can really help them win right now. With the 8th overall pick, the 7th overall pick, the Panthers here, they need a couple of things. They need interior D-line after losing Gerald McCoy. They have Kawan Short, but they still need another one. Lost James Bradbury, could add a corner, could add a linebacker. Those are really the main ones. There's value here at 7 overall. Personally, after Okudah, there's not a top 10 value on a corner. I think Henderson is good, but he's not worth a top 10 pick. So you don't reach on him here. I think at linebacker, Isaiah Simmons is off the board. Queen and Murray are good, not worth the 7th overall pick. And wide receiver, not enough of a need. I think they got enough solid pieces there that don't need to overdraft a wide receiver. So I think it's interior D-line, and I think it's got to be Derek Brown. I think he's a great person besides Kawan Short and adds just another dude in the trenches for Matt Rule and the Panthers. Number 8. This is probably where Derek Brown's floor is, because the Cardinals are very interested in Derek Brown. But the Cardinals need an offensive tackle, need to protect Kyler Murray. They could add an edge rusher. They got a couple okay dudes late. I think Zach Allen, was a solid prospect from last year, but they still could add edge here. Linebacker, wide receiver. After the Hopkins trade, probably not wide receivers as much as it was before draft. So I think the value at this pick, along with team needs, I think you got to go offensive tackle here. And just for the purpose of not giving Kyler Murray the biggest dude that in front of him, and the fact that they already have DJ Humphries and getting someone on the right side. I'm not a huge fan of DJ Humphries, but he's already the left tackle. Don't make a dude switch over. Get offensive tackle Tristan Wirfs. He's at worst, I think he's a very, very good right guard or interior lineman, offensive guard. At best, I think he's a very, very high floor right tackle. So I like Tristan Wirfs in this situation. At number 9, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they could go a couple different places here. They have defense. Defense is their big need here in this entire draft. I think if you're the Jaguars, you look at Herbert, but I think really they're in the race to just tank this year and try to get a top quarterback like Fields or Herbert or Lawrence next year. So I think here you look at a couple players, you go like, where's the value? Interior D-line, corner, safety. Corners, there's not a lot of value. Safety, mid-first round's probably where their second first-round pick is probably where the value for safety is. So I think you look at this team, you look at the available players. Yeah, I think you could go receiver. I don't think it's a horrible place to go here, but I think it's either you get a top tackle in the class, get one of these guys before they fall, even though I don't think it's a huge need for them. I don't want to reach on. I wouldn't reach on C.J. Henderson. So I think you go receiver or you go Kinlaw. Personally, I love Kinlaw. This dude is a freak. I think he's a top 10 player in this class. I think he's potentially to be top 5. So I'm going to take Kinlaw with this pick for the Jaguars. With number 10, the Browns need to take a tackle. There's a lot of hype about them trading down and picking up Ezra Cleveland later in the first or in the second or somewhere later in the draft. That's not what I would do. They need tackle. They got Conklin. He's a great run blocker, but they need a better tackle. And I think right here, two of them fall right into their laps here, in Mekhi Becton and Andrew Thomas. I like Andrew Thomas more, but I think they're going to fall in love with that big body left tackle with the upside and the push. But me, on the other hand, I'm going with Andrew Thomas. I think he's a great player, got a lot of power, great mobility, and I think he's a perfect fit for what they're going to want to do. 11 overall, the Jets. I think it's got to be offensive tackle here, man. Like, Darnold has had too many seasons where he's been hit and hit and hit. In the wide receivers, I think this is a deep wide receiver class. You can pick one up later in the second that could really help you. You're not going to get one of these top tackles. I think one falls here, Mekhi Becton. I don't think he should go this high. Personally, I don't think he has this high of a grade for me, but he has enough potential here that even me, knowing that Mekhi Becton's not a complete player, has to take him here at 11. Number 12, the Raiders. Personally, I don't know. I don't know about this. This is probably going to be a wide receiver. They could reach on Henderson and get him here. They could get an interior D lineman if Javon Kinlaw was still on the board. I don't think so. I think it's got to be wide out. I think you're looking at either Jeudy or Henry Ruggs. I think they're going to go Jerry Jeudy. Get their number one receiver here. That could be their Antonio Brown. I think that's Jerry Jeudy for them. At number 13, they need corner. I think they need corner, they need wide receiver, they need interior D-line. A few players, if they drop here, could be the pick. I think CeeDee Lamb and Henry Ruggs could be the pick. They're both on the board. I think interior D-line, I think if Javon Kinlaw drops here, they pick him up. If any of the offensive tackles drop here, I think they pick him up as well. But personally, I think it's either C.J. Henderson or CeeDee Lamb. Or Henry Ruggs, sorry. I think they're going to go Henry Ruggs. I think they get their speeder. Kyle Shanahan knows how he got beat by Tyreek Hill in that Super Bowl and says, you know what? He might not be Tyreek Hill, but we'll pick up my Tyreek Hill here in Henry Ruggs III out of Alabama. And number 14, this is kind of sucks. This is not the good situation for the Buccaneers. All the top tackles are off the board. I'm not going to pick a running back this high because I don't think the value is there at running back. They could go wide out. If they picked up CeeDee Lamb, man, that would be insane. Just the value isn't there for interior line. They could go quarterback. I don't think they will because they really, I just don't think that's a good idea for them with Tom Brady. I think they got a couple 2-3 years of Tom Brady. Keep him, get somebody to help him here. Or get somebody in the defense that can help him. And I think you could go a couple places here. I think you could look at Caleb on Chason. I think you could go Xavier McKinney. But I think it's going to be one of the receivers. It's going to be CeeDee Lamb or Justin Jefferson. And I think CeeDee Lamb is going to fall right into their pockets here. And a third wideout for this team with already Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. You throw in CeeDee Lamb. Dangerous offense. Number 15, the Denver Broncos. And this is also not a good place for them because none of the top 3 receivers fell to them. And that's one of their big needs. But I think another big need for them at corner fell right to their laps in C.J. Henderson here at number 11. No, sorry, at number 15. The Falcons here, they saw their man fall right off the board, and C.J. Henderson right there. Javon Kinlaw falls this far. He could go here. But I think The Falcons pick up a versatile edge rusher that can really do a lot of things for a defense. And they pick up K'Lavon Chaisson out of... They pick up K'Lavon Chaisson out of... No, never mind. No, you know what? K'Lavon Chaisson, they need corner. They lost Trufant. They've been dusted. They need a corner. So I'm not going to take it. I'm not taking a wide receiver for them. I'm not taking an edge rusher for them. I'm going to have to go cornerback here, and I think it's got to be either Christian Fulton or Jeff Gladney. I like Christian Fulton in this spot more, so I'm going to take Christian Fulton for them. And 17, cornerback, edge, safety. After Christian Fulton, for me at least, it's a drop-off. We're not just at this point in the draft, the value's not there as much. So I think now, this is where you see, I think K'Lavon Chaisson fits perfect as a kind of Robert Quinn replacement with even more upside as someone who can still drop back in coverage but also give you that twitch athleticism as an edge rusher. I think K'Lavon Chaisson goes here to the Cowboys. And here's the Dolphins' second first-round pick. Still want the quarterback. Justin Herbert is here. Justin Herbert falls to them at 18. I'm not picking him. I don't want him. I think there's still value here in the draft. Interior line still good. Safety still here. Offensive tackle. There's a few places you can go here. Personally, I'm going to go ahead and overdraft here. You got Isaiah Simmons. He's your defensive piece. You got Kyle Van Noy. You got Byron Jones. In this first round, these next two picks need to be offensive line. So I'm going to go Josh Jones. Maybe reach a little bit to get him, but he's got to be there. He's got to take him if he's there. So I'm taking Josh Jones. Next pick, the Raiders. I think the Raiders here, they're a place where you could see, where you could see Herbert go. But personally, they think Jonathan Abram's going to be a free safety. I think he could be. He's got the ranginess to do it. But I think you get someone like Xavier McKinney to be a slot corner, just defensive playmaker. I think he can really help you. I'm going to go Xavier McKinney, one of my favorite players in this class. Next pick, the Jaguars. I think cornerback's not really great value here. And so I think it's either comes down to, you could draft Herbert. I'm not going to, but you could draft Herbert here. I think it's going to be Delpit or Justin Jefferson. I'm taking Grant Delpit. I think he's a monster. And the fact that he fell this far is just a proof that this draft is good, because I love Grant Delpit. Next, the Eagles here need wide receiver, linebacker, corner, safety. There's a lot of stuff here. They're taking Justin Jefferson, man. They got Deshaun. If he can play a healthy season, he's their vertical threat. If they want to keep Alshon, they have Arcega-Whiteside. I think you get Justin Jefferson as that slot dude to really do business. I think he's a great player. He's going to add some. And after getting Slay, corner's not as big of a need. I like their youth. It hasn't worked out yet, but I think they're good. I'm going to go Justin Jefferson. 22nd overall. And you see those running backs up there. I'm not taking them. I'm not going to do it. Just not going to do it. I think if they don't re-sign Kirk Cousins this offseason, could go Herbert, could go quarterback here. I'm looking, and Jeff Gladney's on the board, and I think I gotta take him, man. I gotta take Jeff Gladney, man. I think Jeff Gladney's a solid player. I'm looking through the other dudes. It's gotta be. They need a corner. They lost Xavier Rhodes. Don't draft an edge rusher like Epineza here. Wide receiver is a reach. Get Jeff Gladney, solid corner prospect. The Patriots here, and I think this is the floor for Justin Herbert. I don't think Justin Herbert even gets close to this. But in my mock draft, I think the Patriots fall in love with his traits. But if anybody's going to fix this dude, fix the problems in Justin Herbert's game, it's going to be Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels. So I'm taking Justin Herbert here. Might be a skid for a lot of people, but for me, I think it's just what I would do at this rate. I don't think any of these other teams before, I wouldn't pick Justin Herbert for them, but Patriots, I think they can fix him. At 24, this is where I'm going to go back-to-back quarterback here. I think Jordan Love in this spot would be a great fit as the face moving forward here. I just don't see another great quarterback like Jordan Love falling this far. I don't think they go for Herbert if he doesn't get picked before, but I think Jordan Love's the pick here for for the Saints. I don't see a lot of value. They could go Patrick Queen, and that's what you probably want me to do. But I'm not going to do it, man. I feel like that's got to be the pick here. You know what? They're going to help Drew Brees. Do they want to help Drew Brees or get Jordan Love? They got Taysom Hill. I don't think they're going to go with Taysom Hill next year or whenever Drew Brees is done. So, you know what? I'm going to draft Jordan Love. Some people might not like it. I'm drafting Jordan Love. 25 overall, wide receiver edge. This is just this could be where you draft a wide receiver. I'm not as high on Mims as a lot of people are, but I think he's still solid. They don't need a linebacker. I'm gonna go Mims here because I just think they need a wide receiver. And I think you could get somebody okay late in the second, but I think Mims probably the best guy you're gonna get at this point. So I'm gonna take Denzel Mims for the Minnesota Vikings. And with the third first round pick for the Dolphins, I'm gonna shore up that O-line here and get the best interior O-line prospect in Cesar Ruiz. The offensive line is horrible. And I think we could go into next year with Josh Rosen, give him a shot, aka tank, but give the next quarterback a real anchor for that team. I think adding Josh Jones and Cesar Ruiz really sets that anchor in for that offense and can really, really help develop the next quarterback. At number 27, the Seahawks aren't drafting anybody here. We all know they're not going to draft anyone here. But just for the heck of it, we'll pick somebody for him. And edge interior, no interior line. I think they could go Cesar Ruiz here, but I don't think they will. I think they go edge rusher here to replace Jadeveon Clowney to the best of their abilities. Personally, my bet, I would want Yetur Gross-Matos or A.J. Epinesa. I think A.J. Epinesa would be the perfect Michael Bennett-esque role there, so I'm going to take Epinesa here. He's pretty low in this power rankings, but I'm going to go Epinesa. Ravens here, linebacker. And I think they don't think Queen's going to fall this far. And do I want to go on the upside of Queen or the upside of Murray? Both of them are great prospects. Personally, I like Kenneth Murray more. So I'm going to give him Kenneth Murray. But really this could be either one. But I would go Kenneth Murray first. The Vikings here, the Titans, sorry. They could be edge, interior D line, and offensive tackle. So let's look at the value here. Queen is good. I don't think they would go Queen, though. Matos, he's not the kind of edge rush they want. They have Harold Landry. So I'm going to give him a dude on the other side that's very similar, undersized, maybe a little too undersized, but I'm not doubting against him. It's Zach Bond. I think he's a perfect fit for that defense. I think he fits in really well, plays well for them. Number 30, Aaron Rodgers sits here again and goes like, where are my offensive playmakers? And there are just not any. With value right here. Not drafting a running back here because I'm not going to do it because they don't need one either. Interior line. They could go offensive tackle after they lost, but no, I think you know what? I'm going to draft Patrick Queen here. I think Patrick Queen's a first round pick here. He has first round value. And you could go Neville Gallimore here. Could go corner, maybe wide receiver, but the value isn't there for wide receiver right now. So I'm going to give him one of my favorite players in this draft, in Patrick Queen. Another LSU linebacker that can move sideline to sideline, really play defense. I'm going to go with Patrick Queen here and really kind of give them what everyone wanted Blake Martinez to be, which is someone who could still cover. Maybe not the fastest guy, but someone who can cover. This is just souped up, perfect Blake Martinez. So I'm gonna take Patrick Queen. 31st overall, corner's big. There's not a lot of corner. I think they could go someone like Jalen Johnson there, but he's small, not the fastest. I don't know if I'm gonna go with him. Interior line, interior D line. They probably trade out of this pick. I don't think they make 2 picks in the first round, but if they are, And if they have to, something's gonna have to happen here. You know what? I am gonna give them. I'm gonna give them. What's his name? Jalen Johnson. I think they need a corner. While the traits for Jalen Johnson aren't great, I think he's a hard-nosed corner, and I think he's gonna fit in well. Do I think his athleticism is perfect? No, but I would peg him to be at least a good opposite to Richard Sherman in that defense. In the last pick of the first round, the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is a team where I can imagine them going running back. Cornerback, there's just not any value there anymore at corner. So you're looking at maybe Cesar Ruiz if he's here, but the Dolphins took him earlier. Linebacker, if Murray or Queen drops this far, maybe. If the right edge rusher drops, Matos, I don't think he really fits with that team. So really, I think it's either going to be Neville Gallimore or who's the other dude? Shoot, who's the other interior D lineman? I'm blanking on this right now. Sorry, guys. Well, I can do position, yeah. Ross Blacklock. I think he's the second best. Those two are like very similar. And then Marlon Davison's probably a tad below them, but very close as well. But I think they're going to draft a running back, get that perfect dude for this offense, the kind of Kareem Hunt replacement, hopefully, and get DeAndre Swift to round out this first round. So I'm going to go through all my picks, and I want to sign out. So with the first overall pick, for the first 5 picks, the Bengals get Joe Burrow, the Redskins get Chase Young, the Lions get Jeff Okudah, the Giants get Jedrick Wills, the Dolphins get Isaiah Simmons. The next 5, the Chargers land Tua, the Panthers land Derek Brown, the Cardinals land Tristan Wirfs, the Jaguars land Javon Kinlaw, the Browns land Andrew Thomas, the Jets land Mekhi Becton, the Raiders land Jerry Jeudy, the 49ers land Henry Ruggs, the Buccaneers, maybe surprisingly, get CeeDee Lamb, the Broncos get C.J. Henderson, the Falcons pick Christian Fulton, the Cowboys get Chesson, the Dolphins get Josh Jones, the Raiders get Xavier McKinney, the Jaguars get Grant Delpit, the Eagles get Justin Jefferson, the Vikings get Jeff Gladney, the Patriots get Justin Herbert, the Saints get Jordan Love, the Vikings get Denzel Mims with their second first rounder, the last first rounder for the Dolphins gets some Cesar Ruiz, the Seahawks get A.J. Epinesa, the Ravens get Kenneth Murray, the Titans get Zach Bond, the Packers get Patrick Queen, the 49ers get Jalen Johnson, and to round out the first, the Chiefs get DeAndre Swift. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you have any